Hello, this is Curtis, your traveling guru. Welcome to InformedTouristA.I. Today, we're diving deep into the dark side of Airbnb. Did you know that over 150 million people use Airbnb every year, millions of stays, and thousands of horror stories? We're talking scams, lies, and travel nightmares that could ruin your trip. Stay tuned. At the end of this video, I'll reveal a shocking new trend in Airbnb fraud that's almost impossible to spot. Before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to InformedTouristA.I. Now let's begin. Imagine this, you've just landed in a new city, you're excited, you're tired, you just want to drop your bags and start exploring. You pull up your Airbnb app, find the address, and head towards your home for the next few days. You get to the building, and your heart sinks. There's no listing for your host, no key code, no indication that your cozy studio apartment even exists. The photos are usually stolen from real estate websites or even other Airbnb listings. The host profile might have fake reviews, or they just created it recently to appear trustworthy. But here's the catch. It's all a facade. The moment you realize the Airbnb doesn't exist, panic sets in. You're stranded in a new city, potentially late at night with all your belongings and nowhere to go. You try to contact the host, but surprise, surprise, they vanished. Their profile is gone, your messages go unanswered, and you're left scrambling for a last-minute hotel room. This phantom listing scam preys on travelers eager for a good deal, especially in popular tourist destinations. So how can you avoid becoming a victim? That's coming up later in the video. You've arrived at your Airbnb after a long day of travel, eager to unwind. You punch in the key code, swing open the door, and freeze. Someone is already inside. They stare back at you, just as surprised. Turns out, you've walked into the awkward, uncomfortable world of the Airbnb double booking trap. Hosts, either accidentally or intentionally, book their property for the same dates to two different sets of guests. Sometimes this is a genuine mistake, a scheduling oversight in the digital age. But other times it's a calculated move by shady hosts to maximize their profits. They apologize profusely, claiming it's a rare mishap. Then with an air of helpfulness, they offer you an alternative accommodation nearby. But here's the reality, this alternative accommodation is often a downgrade, smaller, less conveniently located, and lacking the amenities promised in the original listing. The worst part? Airbnb's response can be frustratingly slow. The double booking trap is a stark reminder that even with reputable platforms like Airbnb, things can go wrong. Always be wary of last-minute switches, and if something feels off, trust your gut. We've all been there. You're scrolling through Airbnb looking for the perfect place to stay. You find a listing with a great location, decent reviews, and a nightly rate that seems reasonable. Score, you think. But hold on, my friend, because you haven't made it past the most deceptive part of the listing yet. The dreaded cleaning fees. This scam is all about those sneaky, hidden charges that inflate the overall price and leave you feeling cheated. Some hosts have turned cleaning fees into a lucrative side hustle, tacking on exorbitant amounts for a service that's often subpar at best. You find a listing for, say, $90 per night, but then you scroll down, and there it is, the cleaning fee, $80. For what? Vacuuming? Wiping down counters? Some hosts get even more creative with their fees, adding on extra charges for linens, towels, service fees, and even a check-in fee. By the time you factor in all these hidden costs, that $90 per night steal has transformed into a $200 nightmare. Even after forking over a small fortune for cleaning, you often arrive at a less than sparkling property. So, how do you fight back against this cleaning fee frenzy? Stay tuned, because I've got some insider tips to help you spot these scams and protect your hard-earned cash. This is the one that sends chills down every traveler's spine. The hidden camera horror. Imagine settling into your Airbnb, unpacking your bags and beginning to relax, only to discover you're being watched. Hidden cameras, disguised as everyday objects like smoke detectors, alarm clocks, even USB chargers, have been found in Airbnbs around the world. Bathrooms, bedrooms, living areas, nowhere seems to be off-limits for these privacy-violating devices. The thought of a host secretly recording your every move is unsettling enough, but the potential consequences are even more disturbing. These recordings could be used for blackmail, harassment, or even shared online without your knowledge or consent. While Airbnb has policies in place regarding surveillance devices, enforcement can be spotty. Some hosts blatantly disregard the rules while others exploit loopholes, claiming the cameras are for security purposes, even when they're placed in private areas. It's a stark reminder that even in the age of online reviews and background checks, you're trusting strangers with your safety and privacy when you book an Airbnb. So how can you protect yourself from becoming a victim of this invasive scam? Stay tuned, because I'm about to share some essential tips on how to spot hidden cameras and what to do if you think you're being watched. Picture this. You're scrolling through Airbnb, your finger hovering over picture after picture of beautiful apartments. You finally find it. The one. The listing that checks all the boxes, stylish decor, stunning views, and a location that's close to all the action. You book it immediately, your excitement reaching fever pitch. But little do you know, you've just fallen for the bait and switch. This scam is all about luring you in with a too-good-to-be-true listing, only to swap it out for something vastly inferior at the last minute. You receive a message from the host, usually a day or two before your arrival, informing you that the original property is no longer available due to some unforeseen circumstance. They might blame it on plumbing issues, electrical problems, or even a double booking. But don't worry, they say, they have a comparable unit nearby that they can offer you instead. However, when you arrive at the alternative accommodation, reality sets in. The once spacious apartment has shrunk to the size of a shoebox. The stunning city views are now of a brick wall, and the chic decor looks like it was plucked from a roadside motel. So how can you avoid this scam? Stay tuned for tips on how to protect yourself from bait and switch listings. Imagine this. You've just landed after a long, tiring flight. You're exhausted, your phone is buzzing with notifications, and all you can think about is getting to your Airbnb and finally relaxing. But as you reach for your phone, a notification pops up that sends a shiver down your spine. Your Airbnb reservation canceled. This isn't a technical glitch, my friend. This is the canceled on arrival trick, and it's a cruel maneuver designed to leave you stranded and scrambling for last-minute accommodations. Unscrupulous hosts wait until you're in transit, unable to easily change your plans before dropping the bombshell. They cancel your reservation, often without explanation, or with a flimsy excuse about unexpected repairs or double bookings. Why would they do this, you ask? Simple greed. They've likely received a more lucrative offer for the same dates, maybe from someone willing to pay a higher price or stay longer. So, you're left stranded in a foreign city, your carefully planned itinerary in shambles, desperately searching for a place to stay. You've just checked out of your Airbnb, leaving the place as spotless as you found it. You're feeling good, already reminiscing about your trip as you head to the airport. But a few days later, your good mood evaporates. You check your email and find a notification from Airbnb. Your blood runs cold. It's a damage claim. This, my friend, is the damage fee scam, and it preys on travelers who are often miles away and unable to defend themselves against bogus accusations. The host accuses you of damaging their property, demanding compensation for something you absolutely did not do. They might claim you broke a lamp, stained the carpet, or chipped a plate, often providing blurry photos as evidence. In some cases, the damage is completely fabricated. In others, it's pre-existing damage that the host is trying to pin on you. The worst part? Airbnb's dispute resolution process can be frustratingly opaque. Hosts often have the upper hand, especially if they have a history of positive reviews. This scam is a stark reminder to always document the condition of your Airbnb upon arrival. Take photos, videos, and make note of any existing damage, no matter how small. You finally arrived at your Airbnb, tired from your journey but excited to settle in. You unlock the door, step inside, and something doesn't feel right. There's a strange smell in the air. A shadow darts across the floor, and that's when you see it, the unwelcome guest that wasn't mentioned in the listing. No, it's not your mother-in-law, it's much, much worse. It's the dreaded pest infestation, the unwelcome souvenir that no traveler wants to take home. Cockroaches scurrying under the fridge, bedbugs lurking in the mattress, or even rats setting up camp in the cupboards. These are the nightmare scenarios that can turn your dream vacation into a horror movie. The problem is, Airbnb doesn't have a standardized inspection process for its properties. So how can you avoid this creepy, crawly nightmare? Stay tuned, because I'm about to reveal some essential tips to help you spot the red flags of a pest-infested property and protect yourself from these unwanted guests. And now, for the shocking new trend in Airbnb scams, I promised to reveal AI-generated fake listings. That's right, scammers are using artificial intelligence to create entire listings out of thin air, complete with realistic photos, glowing reviews, and even fake host profiles. They use AI to write enticing descriptions, blend stock images into believable interiors, and even respond to your messages with near-perfect grammar. You only find out it's all a sham when the address leads to a vacant lot, the key code doesn't work, or you arrive to find a construction site instead of a cozy cottage. Thanks for watching InformedTouristA.I. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button and subscribe. It's free and helps support the channel. By staying informed and being aware of the potential pitfalls, you can protect yourself from these scams and enjoy the amazing travel experiences you deserve. Want more fascinating travel insights? Click here to watch our next video.